Herve Leger by Max Azria is all about the bandage wrap dress, which makes any body type look amazing. How are you?
Wonderful.
Good, good. It's great to see you again.
Thank you.
So let's talk about Herve Leger.
Yes.
I went back and I saw the beautiful dresses.
Yes.
How is it to change a bandage dress every season?
No, we have to evolve
Yeah.
the bandage dress, not to change them.
Yeah.
But today we emphasize on the color white and beige, and there are a lot of small details everywhere, and the dress are shorter than it used to be. We will have some long, but we have a lot of shorter dress. It's very sexy and powerful.
What type of woman do you imagine when you say
All the new women of the modern age.
this?
Yes.
Well, it looks beautiful, and we're excited to see your show.
Merci beaucoup. Merci.
Fashion Group International, or FGI, is a global nonprofit professional organization with 5,000 members in the fashion industry, including apparel, accessories, beauty, and home. Today we're announcing CHIC.TV's social media sponsorship of the FGI, so expect to get an insider's look at their exclusive events throughout the year, as we talk with some of their members, the most influential people in the industry. I'm talking with Margaret Hayes. She's the president of FGI, and tell me about the organization.
The organization is 80 years old. It was established in the 1930s. Mrs. Roosevelt was a founding member of the board. It was focused on executive women in the fashion industry. So you had really top-line women in management, editors, presidents of retail institutions, young designers at the time. Someone such as Claire McCardle were founding members. Edith Head in Hollywood, very illustrious group of women.
Okay, and now tell me about what it is today.
Today it is an amalgam of both male and female members. We are in 30 cities, New York being the headquarters. We have 8 countries where we have established fashion group regions. And we have about 5,000 members.
We're talking with Mary Lou Luther, and she is the creative director of FGI and also a notable fashion journalist.
One of the major advantages of joining the fashion group is to meet your peers or people you'd like to be your peers and learn from them. It's an organization that wants to help the industry. And the shows that I do for the fashion group are audiovisual presentations of the runway shows in New York, London, Paris, and Milan. And I put together a committee of both retailers and press. So when you come to one of these shows, you're getting not just like one magazine's view of the season, but you're getting an overview from both retailers and press.
We're talking with Jackie Wenzel, and she sits on the board of FGI, and she's also a new advisor for CHIC.TV. So that's exciting. Tell me how CHIC.TV came about.
FGI, of course, we've always covered the different events, but it's always really been communicated mainly to the members, and so it's very industry, but what's really exciting about branching out and working with CHIC.TV is that we will broaden our audience. There's no question about it. In the way media and communication transpires today, FGI will absolutely grow a larger audience. I have no question. And for CHIC.TV, it's a great time to really communicate more with the fashion industry, for them to develop, for more designers to realize they could put some programs together that will absolutely help the businesses as well. So I think it's a really good marriage.
So what can we expect in the upcoming year?
Well, I think this has now become a tradition. As part of our mission, we focus on helping to determine who the rising stars will be in the apparel, accessory, beauty, interior design, and retail industry. We look forward to this each year. Next year, we hope that we'll be able to identify new faces on that horizon and help to promote them and have good success for them.
And yes, you can also join the FGI. Just go to their website, fgi.org, to learn more.
I mean, I feel like I'm probably the Charlotte Ronson girl, but it's a girl that's working, cares about how she looks, but working doesn't necessarily have time. It's all about wearing your outfits day to night and just kind of feeling effortless and not feeling like you're trying too hard or looking like you're trying too hard.
She's one of your favorites, right? Yeah, I think this is going to be a really good show. It's always like a huge ticket. I remember last season, they had to turn people away at the door that had tickets.
I know.
It's crazy.
And in winter, like, the collections are more consistent. Fashionistas will be like dying for this. Inspiration for this collection was a continuation of grunge from last season, but mixing influences with traditional military and 70s nomadic undertones. My twin sister Samantha's DJing, so she's kind of bringing the show to life with her music, and my little sister Annabelle is walking in the show. This is actually a look from fall, one of the sheer line sweaters, so really super comfy, cropped. One of the ethnic border print blouses, so it's kind of the 70s, kind of more gypsy skirt, and then actually the shoes, it's all from the collection.
We're talking with Candice Swanepoel, Chanel Iman, Lily Aldridge, Erin Heatherton here at Victoria's Secret. Any advice for girls that want to get into modeling?
Just find people. If you find an agent, make sure they believe in you and you trust them and they support you, and just make sure you're always comfortable and confident and don't ever do anything that you wouldn't be proud of.
Well, I've been modeling for about almost 5 years now, and I've only been an angel for I think a year and a half, 2 years, and I wish I would have known certain things when I started that I know now, where everything happens at its own time, whether you're ready or not. When I first started, I really wasn't prepared, I think, for the kind of job that this is. It's really something that you really have to know who you are inside. You have to love yourself. And when you love yourself and you're happy, everybody sees it. When I was starting out, I was a bit shy, a bit wary, I felt like all the girls around me were peacocks, and I wish I could feel like a peacock too, because I was 16, I was just a little girl. And the second that I grew up and I started feeling confident in myself, all the casting directors, everybody could see it, and everybody wanted to book me because I just had this energy, I was in love, I was happy, I was loving what I was doing, and it's so important, no matter if you're in school, if you're trying out for a new job, if you're doing anything in life, that you show that you're happy inside, because people can see it.
Yeah.
And I think confidence will get you anywhere.
The advice I give to young girls would just keep your family close, keep confident, and be who you are, and just go for your goals and your dreams.
Who is a model that when you were growing up, maybe somebody you looked up to?
I think most of us would probably say Kate Moss, such an iconic model, and she's an inspiration because she always stayed the same, she doesn't care what anybody thinks. And also another one is Giselle, who took the world by storm.
And now, what is one of your favorite things about being a model?
Being a Victoria's Secret angel is probably my favorite thing about being a model. It's so much fun, and I get to be with all my girls and do days like this, and we get to travel the world together. It's amazing.
For me, traveling to all the amazing beaches is one of the best parts because I'm such a beach girl. I love to see new places. But we've shot such amazing commercials with Michael Bay. I think this is the third time we shot this incredible commercial with him. And obviously the show is the biggest part of the year for us. And it's insane, the energy in that time of year.
We just have a good time with each other. All of us.
Tell me a story, like what's one of your favorite experiences?
Well, I think that I'm very connected with the girls and connected with the brand. We're just like a big family, and that's really where I like to surround myself. Positive, encouraging people and good energy, and that's what I'm working with at Victoria's Secret.
It's a dream. When I first started working with Victoria's Secret and I first became an angel, I really did not think it would be this fun. I love the girls, they're my best friends. We have so much fun together. I love the people. Everybody behind the scenes is amazing, and I mean, I get to talk about things that I love to wear, so it's very easy for me, and I get to keep all the products. So I'm a very happy, lucky, blessed girl.
Tell me about the show. What is it like walking down the runway in the Victoria's Secret fashion show?
It's amazing. It's, your moment to just enjoy everything you've worked for that year and just look gorgeous. The outfits that they make. It's like a Broadway show, and it's such a collaboration of everybody's talents, and we love it.
When you're not modeling, what do you do in your free time?
On my free time, I'm usually back home in LA, and I'm with my family. Like I said, you always keep your family close, and just go to the beach, go to the spa, just relax. That's my time. It's me time. It's not modeling time. It's just pure relaxation time.
I love to go to concerts. I love to ride my bike and be active, be outside. I love to travel. My boyfriend lives in London, so I'm always going back and forth.
My free time, I spend a lot of time. In winter, it's really hard for me to leave the house. So I spend a lot of time decorating my apartment. I have a dog, so I'm with her a lot. But, have lunch with my friends, shop, the usual.
Tell me, is it hard to have a boyfriend, like long distance, and be a model at the same time?
I think everything's hard. I think it matters where your heart is. If you're in love and it matters to you, then you can make it happen. It is a job. It's like another job to try and maintain all my priorities. But if it's important to you, you got to do it. My mom always says if it was easy, everyone would do it. So the harder it is sometimes, the more special.
Do you have time for a boyfriend when you're modeling so much?
I do. I have a boyfriend. I'm the same guy for 5 years since I was 17. But he, for us it's important to have someone who understands our lifestyle, that it's very rushed, that we don't have a lot of time. But yeah, you make time.
We're talking with the designers of Ruffian. Here is Brian and Claude. And tell me a little bit about the event that we're at tonight.
Well, the FGI is very special to us because we received the Rising Star Award, and as you know, they have an amazing tradition that dates back to the 1930s, and as we are like big fans of Americana and Americana fashion, it's extraordinary for us to be part of that heritage.
It's also, I think, a seal of approval of all our peers in the industry, and it really helped us make connection and ask for help or anything that we could have need as reference, or even their fabulous archive selection they have of all fashion that was ever made since the 40s, I think. So it's been great. It's a great resource center for me.
Whenever we have the opportunity to go to an event or be at an event like tonight where we get to help out other younger designers and help them carve their path in this kind of tenacious industry, we try to help as much as possible.
Let's talk about your collection itself. What are you inspired by?
Well, as I was saying, there's always there's always opposing inspirations in our collection. There's culture and counterculture. There's punk and princess. There's historical and there's contemporary. And usually that juxtaposition and that kind of friction is what inspires us.
So you guys had a great show at Fashion Week.
Yeah.
And tell me how it is to work with you guys are kind of a smaller company. How is it to put a show on Lincoln Center?
We always love Lincoln Center. I mean, for us, it's easier in a weird way. Lincoln Center is the home of American arts. It's where Balanchine performed. It's New York City Ballet. It's the Metropolitan Opera. So to be an American designer and show at the showcase for American arts is humbling and extremely exciting.
And I think they're very supportive of us, of young designers. It's easy because you roll in the collection, they're all there to support, you do the show, you leave, so it relieves a lot of stress so you can focus more on the work.
It's true.
And not so much on the decor or the ambiance, which is something we're looking forward to soon or one day, but I think where we are now at the economy, I think the situation with Lincoln Center is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of like checking into a 5-star hotel.
And now, what is it like when Fashion Week ends and your show is over? Do you take some time off before you get back into designing?
Well, first you have to jump into sales for a month, which is almost as much work as the show. And then we're getting away for a few weekends, and the summer is usually filled with some beach-filled fun, so yeah.
And now, what is some advice that you would give to a young designer, maybe a member here tonight?
To do what you want to do and keep pushing forward.
Work hard, and there should be no other goal than success.
Where can people find your collection?
Well, we're available all over, and by appointment, but on Ruffian.com, our website, we have everything is available up there.
Tonight, Ralph Lauren launches a unique light installation on the facade of their Madison Avenue flagship store. Through the use of advanced video mapping technology, RalphLauren.com will celebrate 10 years of digital innovation with Ralph Lauren 4D, a historic fusion of art, fashion, and technology. Are you excited for tonight's?
Yes, I'm very excited.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Never. It is like, I was tweeting all day. It is like the fashion revolution of like the decade.
Have you seen anything else like this?
No, never. And this is going to be the coolest thing. I mean, Inception live and in person, I can't wait to see it.
Dress in high school, I didn't have a Ralph Lauren dress, but like the dress that I wanted was a Ralph Lauren dress, and I tried to find something that was, in my budget that kind of looked like it.
I love sometimes being sexy, but also like classic, and this is why I love Ralph Lauren.
Just looking around here tonight, it's easy for anyone to see why this is the greatest store in the greatest city in the world.
I think the thing about Ralph Lauren is the impeccable cut and the tailoring of the clothing. So I think it's really important that you don't really look at the number on the back of your clothes. I think you always have to go with what fits and make sure that anything is of the best quality.
When I want something in particular, like alligator or wingtip shoes or something like that, there's nowhere else to go.
The event, which was also held at Ralph Lauren's London Bond Street store, is a 10-minute show which includes 15 scenes. We'll see larger-than-life models standing 4 stories tall walk the runway, polo players playing down Madison Avenue, and iconic Ralph Lauren accessories like the Ricky bag. What makes this event 4D? At some point during the show, a light mist of Ralph Lauren's new Big Pony fragrance will infuse the air.
I just saw the show, looked really great. It's a great extension of Polo, Ralph Lauren, and I hope there's a lot more to come.
The show is absolutely amazing. Only Ralph Lauren can pull off something like this. Of course, you have to own both sides of the block to pull off something like this, but it was absolutely spectacular.
I'm so proud of Ralph Lauren. It was really great.
My favorite part was when Ralph actually came out at the end and sort of gave us a little wave.
I have to say the polo at the end with all the horses.
We're talking with Rising Star Winner of Accessories, Marc Marmel, and what is it like to win this award?
Well, it was very much an honor. It was unexpected. A friend of mine put me up for the award, and then I found out I was a nominee and a finalist, and one, it was pretty overwhelmingly exciting, I guess, to say.
And so when you win this kind of award, what does that mean for your brand and what you're designing?
Well, I think it gives it a firm affirmation of what I've been doing for the past 5 years. I just kind of hit the cutoff of what a rising star is. I started 5 years ago. I'm based in Los Angeles, and I kind of been a peripheral of I haven't been like in the main hub of fashion, so it's been a slower growth. But you know, I'm a turtle, not a rabbit, so I'm in for the long haul, and things are going very well.
Tell me about your collection.
My whole line is based on like things you'd find in your grandparents' attic or a Parisian swap meet. It's all. The beginning of the line was a luggage-based line, but now I'm a full range from handbags, day bags, wallets, belts, passport holders. But it has the core of the DNA is cracked leather, and then there's a juxtaposition of silk brocade linings. So it's like an oyster is what the concept is, but really what the pieces are supposed to look like is they traveled 1,000 journeys.
Tell me about how you got started as a designer.
Well, I was working actually in film, but I had studied architecture before, and I think life just brings you back right where you belong. And I was in the south of France, and I was looking at a conveyor belt of luggage. And simple, I was getting this horrible news: a movie I was producing fell apart, and kind of was inspired, saying I was never going to be able to afford a set of Louis Vuitton luggage, which I was seeing come off the conveyor belt. And then I was like, I don't really like Louis Vuitton luggage, and I kind of just decided what I would want for myself and put the pieces together there.
So where is your collection available?
It's available nationwide at Barney's or select Barney's nationwide, and or you can go to marmel.com and see the rest of the locations.
We're talking with Bradley Scott, FGI's Rising Star Winner of Women's Ready-to-Wear. And what does it mean to win this award?
It's a nice recognition of a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice, and a recognition of passion that I have for my art.
And how did you start in the industry?
I always liked fashion and clothing, and was inspired by Versace, and I just tried it out, went to Parsons, graduated, got an internship, and then decided I wanted to start my own line.
Oh, wow, and you look really young. So how does that feel to be, a young person doing something big, winning awards in this industry?
It's humbling and shocking at the same time, but I'm enjoying every moment of it.
Okay, and tell me about what you draw your inspiration from when you design.
My customer, exactly. It's not through history or art. It's really what the woman wants to wear and what she wants to look like when she's wearing it, and that's how I start on the sketch pad. It's upscale clothing for target customer of, let's say, 30 to 60, and it's real clothing for real people. They live their lives in the clothes. It's a fantasy, but it's not costumey, and mostly dresses and coats, and made of very, very beautiful fabrics. And I'm proud to say everything's made right here in America, in New York, actually. Right here, 2 blocks away.
Okay, and now where do you sell your collection?
Boutiques all over the country, Barbara Katz in Florida, Estes in Brooklyn, various boutiques.